YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you taking the time to click on the video today. If you haven't yet or you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment on the video. It helps a ton. I appreciate the support that the channel has been getting lately. I can't explain how much fun I'm having with this stuff, so I appreciate it greatly. We are here in week 16. We are the number 2 team in the nation. We just won the Big Ten championship. So we're going to take a look at the season stats before we get into any more postseason stuff. 4,000 yards for Sylvia, 48 touchdowns, 12 picks. It's a lot of interceptions. If he didn't throw this many interceptions, he might be in the Heisman race as a freshman. 48 touchdowns is crazy. PJ Takeoff hasn't played in a few weeks, and he's over 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. Mustrud is coming up on 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. Sylvia with 3 and Noah Smith with 3 touchdowns as well. Receiving, Trayon Bell as a senior has been going absolutely off. He's averaging 40 yards a catch. He only has 46 catches for 1,800 yards and 26 touchdowns. This guy in the slot is absolutely insane. Robert is sitting at 39 catches for 860 yards and 10 touchdowns. And then Hag had seven touchdowns as well. He hasn't been as explosive as I would like him to be on the outside, but also Bell. So, it's just one of those things where Bell's been just so good, and then Robert's the next look. Hag just doesn't win off the line, which is unfortunate. Defensively, we had 2 people at 84 tackles. Warren Landman, the junior middle linebacker, and Clyde Henry, the freshman safety. Cano right behind them with 81. Tackles for loss, Cano has 23, Shore has 20, Landman has 18, Verrier has 17, and then sacks, Verrier with 11, Shore with 9, Gooch with 6, Bobby Sanders 5.5, Maynard with 5 as a corner, and then we have a host of other ones. Sean Beebe, the junior corner, with 6 INTs, Kamar with 5, Maynard and Phelps with 4, Landman with 3, Cano and Henry with 2, and then 1 more for Deion Shore. So defense has been playing super well. Obviously, offense is looking really well. So we'll go ahead and we'll look at award finalists to see if we have any people up here. Trayon Bell, 3rd in Player of the Year. Sylvia, 8th in Player of the Year. We are 2nd to Taylor Stanton at Oklahoma for Head Coach of the Year. Best quarterback, we're 4th with Will Sevilla. Deion Shore is the best defensive player. Nigel Maynard is up there as well with George Verrier, Arthur Cano, and Warren Landman. Best defensive back, we have the top 4. Best running back, PJ Takeoff is behind Trent Parrish. No doubt about it. If he was not hurt, he would be up here, as we have Mustrud in 7th as well. Trayon Bell, obviously the best receiver. Deion Shore, the Lombardi Award, which is the best defensive lineman. George Verrier is up there as well. Senior quarterback, we don't have one. Deion Shore, best defensive end. Verrier there at 3 as well. We don't really have good interior linemen, so we don't have any there. Jaquan Robert is the best tight end, projected to be. And then Assistant Coach of the Year, R2 is at 3 and 4. Best linebackers, Will Landman, Arthur Cano. Best centers, we don't have anybody on there. Best kicker, we don't have on there. We just don't kick field goals because we score so much. Don't return much. So those are the awards. We'll click right into Heisman very quickly. And Trayon Bell is 4th right now, behind the duo of Oklahoma players, both sophomores. Whew, that is not ideal. And then Antonio Gigorigo. Oh, that is a name. At TCU. As the awards pop up, best defensive player goes to Deion Shore, which I think is kind of insane because I thought he was having a really quiet year. but win Defensive Player of the Year, which means he probably won the defensive end of the year. Trayon Bell, best receiver. Jaquan Robert, best tight end. Fun fact, he wants to transfer because of playing time, and he's our top tight end. I don't understand. And then best defensive back goes to Nigel, the Admiral Maynard, as well. Warren Landman, best linebacker. We are full of awards. Holy. Deion Shore, Lombardi Award, which is just the best defensive line. So, crazy amount of awards just to see what these job offers look like. Alabama, DC, OC of NC State, DC, no thank you. Not even head coaches. That's insane. Managing staff might be interesting. These two might leave with the success that we've had, so hopefully we don't have to worry about that, but that might be an issue as we earn a bye week in the college football playoff. And we get the 2 seed behind Oklahoma. TCU gets the 3 seed, and Stanford gets the 4 seed. We have the winner of Georgia versus Purdue. St. Thomas made it. Look at that. Wouldn't that be a fun quarterfinal or semifinal matchup between St. Thomas and Hamline? That would be interesting, huh? So we'll see how that goes. Colorado State's in there. That's a new one. UNLV is kind of climbing the ranks out there in the Mountain West, which is good for them. Purdue somehow being 9-3 in the Big Ten is also kind of crazy, but that's where we're at. We get to play the 7-2 from the Big Ten, so a Big Ten matchup here. A little quick update look at the bracket, see who else came. St. Thomas beat USC. Here they come. Did we move St. Thomas into the Big Ten too? I think we move them up no matter what, right? I can't remember. But either way, St. Thomas. The goal of playing them in the conference or in the college football playoff is still alive. Let's hop into this game against Purdue. Defense gets to come out on the Rose Bowl field and try to make a statement here early in the game. They're going to go hand off. We're going to be there to corral them after a 2-yard game. Cano and Rear in on the stop. We're going to go ahead and bring a little bit of pressure here this time. They like to go no huddle. See what they do out of the no huddle look. We're going to throw a tight end screen. We were right all over that with our man-to-man defense. We just missed the play. They're going to pick up the first down off of it. That's a great play call by them, actually. So, give them their props. Cano, man-to-man coverage against their tight end yet again. And he makes the catch yet again. They're going to go no huddle, go into their empty set. I'm going to switch to Cano because I think they're going to go back to that tight end. Nope, they're going to give it to their running back on a jet pass. He jukes 2 more guys out. And the Boilermakers are losing right now. We did not play them in the regular season that I remember anyway. But this offense is absolutely cruising right now. We got to run with that. Oh, they just made a mistake. Clyde Henry with the interception. Oh, the spin move didn't work on the tight end. Otherwise, we had a lot of room to run. That offense just costed them on that drive. We had no answer for their up-tempo pace. We had no answer for anything that they were doing, and they just give us an absolute gift.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Looking out throwing here to start the drive.
Sylvia's going to roll out.
Looks like he's going to run.
Oh, I thought we could have the juke off. And look who's in the backfield. He's back. PJ Takeoff back after a big hiatus on the injury list. He's going to get his first carry. Just kind of knocks some of the rust off. Lost out on the best running back because of his injury. So he has some proving to do here as he returns from his injury. Trayon Bell out of the slot, going to hit him on the little drag route. Purdue is dropping like flies. It's their second injured player of the game already. And they're in the zero package, which I love running against. PJ Takeoff breaks a tackle to get 6 yards. And we are moving. He's slow to get up, though. That's never a good sign. But looked like it was just a get the wind knocked out of him type of deal. We're going to get it to Trayon on the jet pass, and he's going to make the speed move. He's going to get the first down as well. So we typically see him, as we saw in the stats, take the top off a little bit. The first 2 catches that he has have been very short short passes, not technically short gains, but we're using him in different capacities because we need him to be versatile. As Sevilla takes an absolute shot, gets it to Robin to get us to 3rd and inches here. Our offense is looking to finish the drive here, unlike the Purdue offense. And looking at the scores on the bottom, the dream is dead. TCU with the Heisman Award winner takes out St. Thomas, so we will not be playing them in the college football playoff. It would have been a cool storyline. Been a very cool storyline. Somebody or a team that we really dominated. I think they won 1 matchup in this series against us. Sevilla's going to find a gap. He's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Pipers. Defense back out on the field here. See if we can just halt them here to start. Not let them get going, and that's not good. They had a guy wide open. Oh, they had him wide open. I fell so hard for the play action. He didn't pull the trigger. Little trigger hesitation by the quarterback after the interception, and he almost threw another one. Sean Beebe flying out of a cannon on that hitch route. We're going to get to him. He's going to release it, but we're going to force a turnover. Gaffney in there for the QB pressure. Guy we moved from middle linebacker because we want his speed, we want his skill out on the field, as we can't get to that and catch it on that short punt. So the horrible punt actually works out in their favor. But as I was mentioning, Gaffney, we wanted his talent on the field. We just couldn't put it in his original position at middle linebacker because we have Cano, we have Landon. We just needed to find a spot for him and put him at outside backer, and he's played really well this year. Not like a huge impact, but he's played well enough so we couldn't slip through. Thought maybe we had a little bit of a crease, but we didn't have any crease. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 here. See what we can do here. We got to step up again. So Villa's legs have been massive down the stretch. As I mentioned, I think it was last episode or the episode before, that has given us a completely added element to our offense, being able to slide in the pocket to make the correct plays as Takeoff gets hammered and drops the pass. But again, it's just something that really gives us another element to our offense that we really didn't have before. Even at the beginning of the year with Sevilla, we really didn't want to escape early, and just one of those things that has developed, which has been super nice for our offense. And we're gonna get sacked yet again. Just nobody open. 4th and 9. I think we're gonna have to punt. I really don't want to, but I think it's the smartest thing to do right now for this game. And obviously how big of a game it is. The punt is going to go out at about the 11-yard line. Defense is going to come back out on the field, see if we can have the same amount of success as we did last drive. We're going to go with a counter, and we are all over it. Sheets in the backfield. I almost said Gavin Sheets. He is a professional baseball player. Put Sheets in there with the backfield, and we get a safety. They try a screen. We were all over it. Dion Shore, the defensive player of the year, comes up huge to make it 9-0. We're going to go take a shot here. Give Hag a chance. He cannot come up with it. Try to get him going here early. We have Olshansky going out of the slot here. See if we can get him deep. Didn't look like we could, so we're going to go down to PJ Takeoff. This time he catches it on the Texas route, and he picks up the first down. So we're trying to take 2 shots here, but the Boilermaker defense does a great job of keeping us contained. We're not letting anything over the top go, which is how we break games open early, and that's why this game is kind of intact right now. 9-0 after the first quarter. They had a really great drive to start the game, and it fizzled out with an interception thrown by their quarterback to Clyde Henry, the freshman safety, and it's going to be wide open. As I was saying, they kept the lid on, but Olshansky gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Piper. Defense takes the field. They have the ball in the 15. A bad decision by the guy taking it out of the end zone, but also it's just showing the depth we have on this team, because we have our backup and young defensive players on the kick return unit, and they're able to get down the field and make plays. And what just happened? We give up a huge touchdown play. What just happened to our defense? I don't like to go into this very often. Oh my goodness. Phelps fell so hard for the play action. All right, offense on the field here after that blown coverage by the freshman safety. We give PJ Takeoff. He runs a guy over to the first down. He has 10 carries for 40 yards. He is picking up right where he left off. Rust, what Rust? He is absolutely a machine.
First time they'll keep the running game strong.
He lines up. Oh, I thought he was going to get another one. I was going to say he lines up the other safety this time, but he did not get the animation to truck him over. Great vision, though, getting out to make sure that he was able to pick up some yardage as our O-line is getting dismantled as PJ Takeoff is injured yet again. Olshansky, do we have it again? Oh, we do. He burns the superstar quarter, and it is another Olshansky touchdown. The Irishman doing the jiggy in the end zone. Touchdown, Pipers. Another great job by the kick returning team to pin them deep. Little read option, and BB not fooled. Stayed home, read his key, and comes up and lays the absolute hammer on the Purdue quarterback. 2nd and 11. I keep falling for this play action stuff. I need to stop. Oh my God, right there. How do we not? What? How do we not at least get our hand on it? Alright, 3rd and inches. What can we do defensively? We're going to shoot the gap. Deion Shore is going to get there, but he powers through Deion Shore and gets the first down. You don't see that very often. The defensive player of the year is one of the strongest in the league, especially on tackling. Pick that. Oh my God, the freshman corner. The huge freshman corner. The kid is a monster. And can't wait to see what he can do next year after the Admiral leaves. But he's playing a lot of really big snaps in his freshman year. As Purdue gets 36 after a little handoff, they're starting to mix it up a little bit more, which is going to be obviously for us to handle, but 3rd and 6, I can't imagine that they go to the ground. They're going to drop. He's just going to scramble. Will Landon just sitting flat-footed. Obviously not very helpful in that situation. He didn't carry the route. He didn't do anything besides just sit there and let them pick up a first down. So pretty frustrating at that point in time with Will Landon. Oh no. Bad angle. EB tracks him down as well as Henry. It's just a bad angle. A little sharp cut by the running back to have a guy in the hole miss. Here's another drive where they're starting to do something, but we get in the backfield. Ward Landon with the tackle for loss, the linebacker of the year. Co-leading the team in tackles with the freshman Clyde Henry, which we saw have an interception earlier, and Warren Landman almost has an interception as well, but a pass play breakup for him, and we are in 3rd and 15. See what they try to come up with here, and they're going to hit a corner route, and it's going to be a touchdown. Alright, we need to figure out how to guard number 4. It's really starting to frustrate me. We're going to look to go to Olshansky again. We're not going to have it, so he's going to step up. I bailed on that pretty early, I'm not going to lie, but box. They definitely thought it was a run. It's going to turn into one, but with Sylvia not take off, and we're going to get out of bounds. And that's a late hit. Throw the flag, ref. Throw the flag, man. Trayon's going to go in motion. We're going to give it to PJ takeoff. And they were not fooled at all. Not even a little bit. But we'll see if Olshansky can take the top off again. Actually, we're going to look ahead. Can he win off the line? He does, but there's a safety over top. Olshansky, don't know what that animation was. Thrown really late and underthrown. Ran out of room, realistically. Hag's getting pressed again. He won the last time. He just didn't have space to fit it in just like that one. And we're going to have to not going to punt from here, right?
These receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
So a field goal attempt coming up now.
55 yards. Should be pretty easy for the kicker, to be honest. Lengthwise. The kick's up. And it's good. 55-yard field goal to add to the lead. It is now 26 to 14. All right, come on, defense. Get a stop here. Stop number 4. They're going to go a little quick out. There's just over 3 minutes left here in the first half. 26 to 14, a 12-point gain right now. Little draw play. We're going to come up and lay the wood with, 3rd and 4. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field as a defense here. Go down and score another touchdown before half. What was that change in direction to the win? Oh my. Well, give up the first down. They're going to continue to chew the clock a little bit here. With it. And George Berry with the sack. 2nd and 18. Put them behind the sticks. Obviously gives us the best chance to succeed. Defensively, gonna go carry that. They're just gonna throw it up. Sean Beebe, make a play. Number 4 made that catch. That is insane. That kid is nuts. 3rd and 18. George Rear is going to drop. He has the speed to run with their receiver, and it's going to be yet another sack. Dion Schultz with the sack. It's going to be the 2-minute timeout. They're going to have to punt it back to us here, and our offense needs to find its footing after the last drive and go punching it. Olshansky's back. He has 2 touchdowns already here in the game against Purdue. The punter is just not very good. We're going to try to right up the chute, bust it off the corner. We can't get out there. Acceleration, change of pace or change of direction for Olshansky's not great. Speed's fantastic. The other things that you need is a returner, though, not really there. That screen is swallowed up. No chance whatsoever for that to work. We're going to have to use his speed yet again. We're going to throw it out there. Hag with the catch. What a play by Sylvia to extend the play and hit Hag as he is dragging across the field. What was that? I don't like this. Trayon's going to come across. That's probably where we're looking. Just kidding. Try to step up. Nothing doing. And Sylvia takes a shot he doesn't need to be taking, to be quite honest. Alright, can we hit Robert up the seam? It's not looking like it, but that means Tremaine Hag should be open and he drops it. I blame the ref. It literally hit the ref, I think, or he hit the ref. Unbelievable. All right, that's over. 3rd and 10. We got Keene. He's wide open. Robert's gonna throw a block, or at least get in the way, and Keene's gonna get us down inside the 8-yard line. The big thing right now is why did that run off so much? I don't need a shot clock on. We're gonna have 5 seconds. We're not gonna kick the game yet.
When you get the 3rd down, pick it up in the air and let him come down with it.
Sure, I guess.
This time enough for one more play in the half.
Here we go.
And he'll set up to throw.
Unbelievable. Why are we punting? Well, we're going to have to take the delay of game. I know, we're still in our favorites. That's why. Why punts in our favorites, I have no idea. But we're going to make this field goal. It's going to be 29-14, so it's going to be a 15-point game. So they're continuing to kind of just stay around, hang around, because our offense can't finish drives, which is kind of a frustrating part of all this because we've been so good at finishing drives.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that
All year,
penalty, of course.
realistically. So,
So, with only a few seconds left on the
kicker,
clock,
this one's going to be a piece of cake opposed to the 55-yarder that we hit, and that's going to take us into halftime because we get the ball after half.
and that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Boilermakers will kick this away to begin the second half. Here's the fair catch by the return man.
Got it.
Fresh center down to the offense, first down.
Can't grab it.
First play of the second half, Trayon.
Testing the defense with a throw downfield.
He is going to run away. He's going to ring that bell in the end zone. What a start to the second half. Touchdown, Pipers.
He's done everything that's best to do. Great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defense put a good seal down there. He's showing his head, saying he's frustrated. He's got to come up with some good breakers to try to slow this guy down.
Fields it just outside the goal line. Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's when he starts to drive. Here comes Burton's offense.
All right, so they get actually a pretty great return out of their return man. He gets it in the end zone, gets it out to the 25, which you don't see very often. And they almost just throw us a pick six. Sean Beebe up there in man-to-man coverage on the wide receiver screen. 2nd and 10. They're going to go ahead and hand off Warren Landman. Why do I keep calling him Will? Warren Landman all over that. 3rd and 12. Can we get off the field here after our explosive start to the second half? Yeah, we're just going to run with that, but he's going to be able to step up. Charbonnet's on flags are killing us. Doesn't look like he has very many yards because the sacks count as rushing yards. So he's hurting us way more than it shows that he is. We punch it out. Oh, and they recover it. What a play by Clyde Henry, but we're not able to capitalize because we were not able to get on the ball after he comes up and punches it out. But he comes in and makes a tackle for loss on the second down. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. We've been loving this play. See if we can get more pressure. Deion Shore here. He got home the last time that we ran this defense. And it's going to be a bad throw by Charbonnet, and we are going to be forcing them to punt just past midfield. This punt's going to go directly out of bounds. Inside the 20, though, that's a good punting stat to make sure things are inside the 20. And we're going to kind of slow things down here a little bit. We're going to try to drain some clock out, use PJ takeoff, get him some yards, get him in a rhythm, especially for being gone out on injury for so long.
Motion from the receiver. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
We're going to pick up about 5. As long as we can continue to do that, 5 yards in a cloud of dust, we'll be all right. His wear and tear is kind of high. I wonder what his injury is. As he finds a crease in the O-line, and he's going to pick up the first down. There was a second where I thought we were going to be able to break it up for more. So
But the ones that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need.
truck him.
The first down. You got it.
That safety must have some type of a ability that nullifies his truck, because that's the second time that I've tried to truck him and I haven't been able to. Another handoff to PJ Takeoff, and our left tackle needs to hold that block, man. If he holds that, we are still running over the corner.
Cricket.
Sylvia's going to keep it on a read option. Can he get the corner? He does. He cuts the corner on the corner, but the linebacker takes an angle just enough to be able to take him down. But what a play on 3rd and short by Sylvia. I've mentioned it multiple times in the last couple videos. His legs have given us another element to this offense, which makes it harder to stop because of his arm strength and because of the speed that we have on the field. It makes it super hard for defenses to stay intact with everything that is happening. And we're going to show you with that again with Trayon Bell. Oh, what a bad throw by Sylvia, but it doesn't matter. Trayon Bell is ringing that bell again in the end zone. Touchdown, Pipers.
Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. It's a look just to confirm that it looks like he got it right. Play instate. Try to add the lead to the extra point is good. They stretch the lead a little bit more. Football team on the field getting set now. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage.
On the go.
Defense back out on the field here.
On 1st and 10, he'll look to
Oh, they find it, and they find number 4 yet again. Holy, this kid is unstoppable. I think he didn't play for you before. I remember number 4 being unstoppable.
Get set. And go.
They're not. They're going to the running back, but we are there with a host of defenders. Purdue did a great job of keeping this close for a very long time, but a quick score out of half, a stop by the defense, and another score was just too much for them to overcome. And it's just the nature of the game, realistically. So 43 to 14, so up 29 right now, after being up 15 at half. So there's the 2 touchdowns. They're going to settle for a field goal, which is kind of a questionable call, but it's what their coach is deciding to do, and he's going to push it wide right. They do not get any points. And a lot of PJ Takeoff is in order here. I talk about it very often when we're in these situations where we run the ball a lot just because of the fact that we don't want to let EA make decisions and have things happen to take us out of control of the game. We've seen it happen. We've also seen my decisions do that, aka last week against USC. And those bad decisions to go for it just because we were in control of the game. We will not be seeing that this week. The 3rd quarter is going to come to an end. and this one's pretty much over. So 43-14, 29-point game heading into the fourth quarter. We're going to go ahead and run the tight end screen that they ran like the second play of the game. We're going to turn around and run it right back at them. It's not going to work. Great job by them. Sylvia, 5 touchdowns on the day. But, Deion Sylvia with the tackle. Look at that. Brothers? Question mark? Cousins? We're going to have to punt. So we're not taking as much time off the clock as we want, as that inaccurate kick is going to allow him to be able to catch it. But we're all over that with the huge freshman corner down there making the tackle. I just can't get over how big that man is. It's kind of insane. Defense back out on the field. They're going to hit the tight end. They put up some yards. They put up some yards. They put on paper that our defense is vulnerable in some spots. That's going to be illegal touching. That's crazy. They do have their backups in, so we are also going to retaliate with our backups, just so we don't have any crazy injuries happening. Oh, it's holding. Even better. We have our defense.
The guys up front lined up. It's first down.
What is happening? It said mass sub starters. Oh, what an absolute. That guy just got destroyed. Alright, we're going to get our backups in the game. Landman and Hardick, the die. I wish Landman wasn't in, but he's going to have to throw it away. It's going to be 3rd and 5. It'd be nice for our backups to not give up points here on defense. They're probably just going to sit on that. Oh, are we going to get a pick too? Oh, no. I thought we were going to give up an interception. Timmy Morris, the sophomore corner, gets his hand on it, but almost costs us a touchdown while doing so. It's going to be 4th and 5. They're going to go for it. We're going to bring some pressure. Just got to sit on these quick routes. We're not going to be fast enough to get to the quarterback. He's going to pick up the first down. And with the subs coming in, we go ahead and get to the end of the game, 43-14. Purdue put up a good fight, as I mentioned. Good fight early. Just that huge play to start the second half was really tough for them to rebound from. Then we turn around and get a stop. And then, we go down and get another score. So that 15 lead goes to 29, and that's where it ends. Sylvia, 12 of 18, 294 yards and 4 touchdowns to the air. PJ Takeoff, 20 for 71, no touchdowns. Lee Sylvia, 10 for 95 on the ground with 1 touchdown. Mustard, 5 carries for 8 yards, not anything really doing. Trayon Bell, 4 catches for 124 and 2 touchdowns. Olshansky, 2 for 107 and 2 touchdowns. Robert had 2 catches for 2 yards, not obviously the greatest for him. Hag, 1 for 21. We need to get him involved more. Defensively, Henry 6, Landman 6, Adai 5. So he comes in and makes some plays down the stretch. Blunt 4, Shore 4, Phelps 4, Cano 4. Tackles for loss, 2 for Gooch, Shore, and Landman apiece. Sacks, 1.5 for Shore. Dunbar McGee with 1, Verrier with 1, and Gooch with the half sack with Deion Shore. Interception, we had 2. Tommy Morris ended up getting 1 after he dropped the 1, and then obviously Clyde Henry with that 1 at the end of the first drive when they were really moving the ball on us on the first drive of the game. So great job as a whole team to move to 13 and 1. And that is going to be the episode. I appreciate you sticking around and watching the entire video. It is greatly appreciated. If you got through the whole thing and you were waiting to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you hit it. Drop a like on the video as well. Leave a comment. Championship this year? Question mark. I mean, You would think, but you never know what's going to happen. We've been handling a lot of opponents lately. I did want to go check if we played Purdue. I vividly remember number 4 for some reason. Must have been from somebody else because we did not play Purdue this year. So I don't know which team it was, but as you can see, UConn 52-17. LSU, who's ranked 13th, won by 18. Destroyed Western Kentucky. We did lose pretty badly to Ohio State. And then USC put up 63 on them, 52 on Nebraska, 45 on St. Thomas, who made the college football playoff. So did USC. 38-17 at Michigan State. Nope, at home to a 2-win team. That was the lowest that we've really performed. 56 on Maryland, 56 on Washington. Beating USC again, 38-17. And then Purdue 43-14. So we have been just absolutely drubbing teams. But anyway, as always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.